Some other participants, some other participants have joined as well. In a while, we'll be starting with the webinar. Meanwhile, is there any participant who wants to express like what are they expecting from this webinar, or what do they feel that what value will they be getting with this webinar? Anyone? They can raise their hands if anyone wants to speak, any participant or any of our team member, if they want to add something while we wait for other participants, please raise your hand and you'll be unmuted. Meher, would you like to add something? Manav, can you just unmute Meher?
Sir, I have unmuted her.
Yeah. Yeah, please, Meher, you were speaking something. Yeah. Meher, you're not audible, I think. If anyone can hear Meher? Meher, I think you need to change settings of your microphone. No issues. You can do that. Meanwhile, so I think we have now our participants, getting in. Yeah. So it's time that we start with our webinar. So first of all, thank you so much everyone for taking out your valuable time and for joining this webinar on a weekend. But at times, it's important to extract value or get value. So it is important for us to have that knowledge or tap that wealth of knowledge from our speaker so that we get to know what is happening in UK. So now, as you all know that this webinar is all about unlocking opportunities, busting myths about recession in UK. And I think it is important to talk about it right now because most of you are thinking to study abroad, navigating through your opportunities and choosing a best country which suits you. So it's important to talk about what is happening in UK. So first of all, I would like to introduce everyone to my speaker, Mr. Avinash Pal. And Mr. Avinash Pal, a distinguished alumnus of BNP's International and currently pursuing his studies at Exeter University in the UK. Avinash is a shining example of dedication and success. His journey from our organization to Exeter University showcases his passion for learning and his commitment to excellence. So today, we have the privilege of hearing from Avinash, a bright mind whose experiences and insights will surely inspire us all. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Avinash Pal.
So thank you so much, Ashneet, for having me here. I'm happy to contribute to answer any of the doubts that the potential students whom are coming to UK might be having. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Avinash Pal. I'm currently studying international business at the University of Exeter. Exeter, which is in southwest of England. I have in total of 5 years of work experience. I worked with the NatWest Group in the past, and I'm here to answer any of your queries or concern regarding the UK and its potential job crisis that is ongoing currently.
Thank you so much, Avinash. And so there is one more thing I would like to share with all the participants. Like, since you have joined this webinar and since you are giving us your valuable time also, so there is something which we want to offer you as well, and which we want to kind of provide you with the value you are extracting. So there is some prizes and there is some kind of hamper which we want to offer you. Like, whosoever, whichever participant will start their application and will start their endeavor of studying in UK through BNP's International. Once their application will be successful and they'll be issued with the visa, you will get a duffel bag, a headphone, discount of worth rupees 10,000 on your air tickets, personalized passport cover, and more. Stay tuned to this webinar till the very end while we extract all the information, all the knowledge from our esteemed speaker. So thank you so much, all the participants, for being here. And now it's time where we start the webinar. Yes, Manav, please, next slide. So this will be the objective we'll be discussing, and this is the objective which we want to extract from this webinar. It's dispelling the myths about recession, providing actionable strategies for identifying and seizing opportunities, and fostering a proactive mindset. So we'll be talking through the recession myths, because why we are using this word myth with recession is that though we are using this word and we are talking about recession, but we need to know, is there recession in UK? You'll get to know soon. And there will be a dispelling myths on business closure and job losses. And then in the end, we'll be opening our floors for the participants so that they can ask questions directly with our speaker. And also, they can take counseling free of cost in the end of the webinar. Manav, we can go ahead. So, Avinash, to begin with, I want to know, since we are talking about recession, we are talking about there are a lot of job crunch and everything. I want you to burst this myth. Is there recession, or are we just talking without any proper information?
I think, Ashneet, it is important to talk about what recession actually means in technical terms. So what this means is that a recession is declared by the central bank when there's a declining growth in the last 2 quarters or the last two quarters of the financial year, of any financial year in an economy. If that has been the case, then it's been declared that the country is in recessions. And when it comes to recession in the UK particularly, there are more myths than truth that generally goes on in the minds of the students. Like people talk about that the UK is in recession from quite a time, but that is not actually the truth. Uh, yeah, it has been the case that there has been some crisis going on, whether it's with the cost of living, whether it's with the jobs. That is true, but they do not represent the true picture of what is going on in this particular country. Since we all are very much connected on the social media platforms, we keep on hearing some factual based data that people might be talking about on their reels or whatever. So it's not the truth. I think whenever it comes to making your own uh, perception about something which is very, very important to you, such as education, I think you need to go and read some uh, quality articles or journals from some good and reputed websites only.
Um, Okay, so Avinash, since a lot of participants who are present in this webinar are students, and when we are talking about jobs crunch and dearth of opportunities, please tell us if you are currently working there, if you have already managed to get a job, and if so, how did you get that job? What measures or what things you took care about while searching for a job?
Yeah, so if I talk about my own experience, I came to the United Kingdom on 20th of September. So from the moment I landed, I knew I had to get a part-time job to make myself sustainable because you cannot sustain yourself without a job. It is the case for me. I can't speak for someone else. It is personally to me that I have to get a job. So yeah, there are it might be the case that it might take some time for you to get a job. That has been the case for me as well. That it took me some time to get a job, but I eventually got a job. So first myth that people generally talk about, that there are no jobs, whether it's full time or part time, it's not the truth. I know there might be some struggle to get those jobs because there are plenty of Indian students or plenty of other international students here. So it might take time for you to get job, but yeah, you will definitely get job if you represent your skills well in the CV. Also, to get job, I had applied to some job platforms such as Indeed, LinkedIn, and all. There are like people generally think that part-time jobs are not advertised on LinkedIn, but that is another myth that I would like to talk about. Since I got two or three interview calls from LinkedIn, from applying through LinkedIn only. So that has not been the case. It might be the case that you might struggle for some time, but eventually you would get job.
Okay, so which means like you have got a job in your second month
Yeah.
of being in UK. So that shows that if you are dedicated and if you're committed enough, you'll get a job. It's just you have to navigate through the job market and everything. So, so,
Yeah.
so
Since yeah.
yeah. So I feel this is a very good news for our participants and for whosoever is planning to go to UK. That the reality is it majorly depends upon us as well, how much, we are willing to find one job, right?
So, it might take, as I said, it might take time for you to find job, and it is also important on which platforms you are searching for a job. Like there are two, three famous job platforms that I can talk about, such as Indeed. There's one studentjobs.com, then there's LinkedIn and other. So it is important to make sure that you are putting your efforts in the very right direction. And another important aspect of finding and getting a suitable job is to make sure that the moment you land in United Kingdom or any other country, for example, you should start networking because networking might be the one that could take you to your dream job that you were dreaming about from along, because that has been the case in this country that most of the job roles are filled through referencing through people who are working in those organizations. So it's important that you network.
So Avinash, one of our participants, wants to know like what is your domain? What are you doing in your part-time job, and how do you feel about that job? Like it is hectic, or are you able to manage that with your education?
So I'm working in one of the retail stores here. It's with John Lewis. So I'm working at the till. The till basically means that you have to, whosoever customers are getting coming there, and you have to make the transaction go smooth. It's all a transactional based role. Since I have an experience in financial roles in the past, I found myself to be well suited to this. So this has been my job here. Like you have to come and help your customer, talk to them, and then get through them the transactions.
So, I'm really glad that one of our participant asked this question. I would encourage other participants as well that if you have questions in between session, you can raise your hand or you can put your question in chat, and we promise that we'll be addressing that question as soon as possible. And Avinash, since you mentioned that you're working in a retail sector, it is also very good because the networking you'll create here, and that will take you, to a further job role and sort of, create a platform for you where you can advance in your career before you complete your studies. Like that is a very brilliant thing which you managed to acquire, like a job in a retail sector.
Yeah, it is because if you talk about from that perspective, it might be the case that you might meet someone in John Lewis, because there are some other international students too, whether they are Indian or from any other country. You might get a chance to talk to them, to network them well, and it might be the case that because of that networking, you might land a very good job right after graduating from your master's or from your undergrad. So you never know. All you have to do is that just make sure that you network well. And also, if someone are having a doubt that some sort of people are only doing retail jobs and all, that's not the case. Uh, since I'm in Exeter, it's not of a much of a big city like London or Birmingham or elsewhere. But I know some of my friends who are working in London in very good reputed companies, even in a part-time roles too. So all you have to do is start searching for a job the moment you are here, and make sure that you're putting your efforts in the very right directions.
So, thank you so much, Avinash, for putting things in perspective. It is important for us to identify is there any job opportunities or not. But also, our primary purpose or reason for go to UK is to study. So, I want you to tell us or walk through us the information like how has the education system of UK historically weathered and historically fought with tough times? Are there any support from UK education system or sector or government?
So if we talk about this particular thing, there has been like many sort of crises in the past too as well. But the industry has been resilient throughout its time. Like if we talk about UK as a study abroad destination, it's one of the best options to study in. They represent the highest number of universities in UK in QS international rankings or the Times Higher Education rankings. And for this obvious reason, the government has also put in some measures to make sure that the education industry, especially the higher education industry, are supported during the times of crisis. So for these, there are some tie-ups between the governments and between the specific universities too. There are scholarship available to the students who might be facing some problems. Also, if I talk about my own university, there are like if you struggle financially in during the course of your undergraduate or masters, there's something called as hardship funds. So there are enough measures to make sure that you complete your education because they also believe that it is their responsibility also to make sure that you pass through it.
Wow, Abhinash. So, our two of our participants have this wonderful question. Even I wanted to ask this further in our session, but they've already asked. Can you just tell us, is UK a good nation for the humanities stream? Though I understand that there could be different streams and which you might not be aware of that much because you belong from a particular stream, but what is your experience? Your friends are there. How does UK feel like when you are in humanities stream? Are there any opportunities for students who wants to go for humanities? Because there are a lot of things which come into humanities.
Yeah, correct. So, if we talk about it in general, I'd say that UK university represent most of the streams. Like if the three major streams are well represented as per the rankings. And if we talk about humanities stream, this question is quite too bit broad enough. I do not know what the specific course the student is talking about, but I still believe that the humanities stream is still represented well. If we talk about my own university, University of Exeter, there are many courses, and there are students as well who are Indians or some from other countries. And whenever I talk to them, uh, I get to know that their studies are going very well. They are having some practical discussions over these streams and all over these humanities section that come through. But yeah, and there are education. See, opportunities are everywhere. There are opportunities for every single course that you are studying. Like whether it's for international business I'm studying, whether it's for business analytics, whether it's for computer science, all you have to do is make sure that whenever you are starting to looking for an opportunity, make sure that you are putting your efforts in good direction, and also that you start networking very well or from the very beginning itself.
Okay, thank you so much, Avinash. For this particular question, I would also request our counselor if Ferry can answer, like, are there any universities which offer 100% scholarship? And if not, how to navigate through universities or how can we find one?
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Pratik.
Ashneet, firstly, I would want to answer the first question that Kashvi asked. Kashvi, if you can let me know which field you are targeting also in humanities, because humanities is a very vast subject, right? It has got a lot of options. If I talk about pol sciences or journalism or law, it is a vast like field altogether. So if you can also let me know what specialization.
Uh,
Yes, you can. Yeah, I saw the message. So yes, English honors or sociology honors, yes, you can look for social works or social sciences. It is a very prominent choice, and you can find good number of options as well there. So after the session, if you can have a personalized session with me, so I can give you more insights about the same.
Thank you so much, Ferry. I think these are very valuable insights which you are giving us, and so is Avinash. So, Avinash, also, at times
Uh,
we want to know the examples and we want to see if it actually happens. So I want you to tell us examples of success in the UK education sector despite economic hardships, because I want you to tell us, are is there the trend is on upward side, like students are still going, and year on year are we seeing or witnessing that number of students are getting higher, or are they on a lower side?
So, if we talk about the official numbers from the UK government only, there has been an increase at the level of 15% through last year, and the numbers are quite more than enough, actually more than quite higher than the pre-pandemic level that it was last seen in 2019. So the students are coming. Also, as per the UK government data only, there is a 10% increase in the number of postgraduate students in the UK universities. So you see, it's not been the case that students are not coming or students are rather a bit skeptical about it. That has not been the case. So students are coming well in very good numbers, even numbers which haven't been seen from quite a time because of the global affairs of the global world being quite disturbed in the last 2 3 years. So the numbers are going well, and I'm pretty sure that it would be going up in the coming years too.
Okay, wow. So, Avinash, also, it might be a question for from our participants as well. Like, how do you feel when you are in tough times, or there's a whole lot of talks around you of job crunches and everything? How do you feel as a student there? Do you feel stressed out, or that things are good and it's you who need to navigate? So, what's your feeling?
See, no matter where you are, whether you are in United Kingdom or you are in India, people might be talking about you, about the session, about any of the things that is going around in the world. So, yeah, it has been the case that people are talking about it here too. But see, since I said this, that jobs are there, there are enough number of opportunities for every possible stream. All you have to do is make sure that you you put your skills, you represent yourself, your skills, whatever
इसके बाद
experience you have in your
मीटिंग चल
CV
रही है उसके
or
बाद
in your letters that you address to the companies and in a very good format and very well written. Because it has been the case that people generally apply through a single CV to all the companies. That should not be the case. So these are the things that you need to understand to apply to get a good job, good enough job. So there are opportunities, but all you have to do is make sure that you are taking a bit more of time to apply to those jobs.
Okay, Avinash, brilliant. We have one more question from our participant, Jasmine. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for bringing out this question. Avinash, Jasmine wants to know, since you come from a finance and management sector, are there any current career options which are interesting, which can pay off, or any internship opportunities which we can apply during studying, and the platforms for that?
Yeah. The UK universities are very well adapted to this particular thing. If I talk about my own experience, the moment I came to this university, the university advertised me about two of their career help sort of a thing. One was handshake and the other was career zone. So, the question that Jasmine asked, there are whenever there's a university also have some tie-ups with the companies too. So the companies also visit the campus for their graduate scheme roles. After those you can start after graduating from your course, whatever it is. And also to answer this, any internship opportunities, yeah, the internship opportunities quietly advertised, at least in in my university, and I'm pretty sure that this would be the case with other universities too. So there are some dedicated platforms to make sure that you land good internships between your summer internship or whatever term break that you get.
Yeah. So Avinash, what you mean here is like there are universities, for example, University of East London has this sort of career zone where
Yeah,
you become their alumni forever, and you have that access to use their career zone. Doesn't matter where you are in life, you can always tap in their career zone, can go for interviews, look out for
right.
opportunities. So in this aspect, I think in UK education sector, they become really helpful because you can always access their career zone, which provides you how to how to make your CVs which stands out, how
Yeah.
to create your resumes, how to navigate opportunities. So UK education sector is, I feel it's very supportive because they are not just taking care of you till you are their student, or you are in their university, but also beyond that.
Yeah, actually, so as you rightly mentioned that universities do take care about yourself, about you, what you are going through, and they do not only advertise some internship opportunities, but rather help you get those internships or graduate scheme roles as well. Like for example, if you want, you can book a one-on-one session with them, with the career counselors, with the professionals that they have hired in career zone and all. They can help you with the interview tips. They can help you how to navigate through your interviews. They can also help you in your building your CVs. So that has always been the case that UK universities are well adapted, support you throughout your course of time you're studying here.
Okay, Avinash, thank you. So also, Avinash, it becomes important to talk about how innovation plays out in education system and how they overcome challenges. We talked about career zone and everything. Are there any other innovations which, UK education system of UK takes care of, or how they are trying to advance themselves?
See, since UK's education system has been quite very much uh, old enough, and the reason like I'm studying here or the people who are going to study there, they are still considering it is because of the innovative opportunities that the UK universities have provided and UK as a country has provided. So it is quite innovative, and there are some different courses also available for you if you would like to like join some innovative sectors, innovative fields. So it all depends upon you. However, it can be said that the UK universities and UK as an economy is quite innovative, and they keep on providing with such things.
So, Avinash, based on our discussion, I can sense that UK education system is really resilient, and
Yeah.
they are very equipped to fight tough times. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Like is that the case? Is there a feeling among the students in UK like they know that they are studying from particular university, and as a whole UK education sector or system is really resilient? So like are we sensing it right?
I think so, yeah. It is quite resilient because see, if I talk about the last 10 years of time, UK has seen Brexit, then there has been some other political as well as economic crisis in the country. Then came COVID-19 pandemic. Then after when we were trying to recover it from it, then came the Russia-Ukraine war. So it has been resilient throughout this time. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there are enough protection measures that are taken by the UK government as well as the universities. So it is resilient. It supports you throughout, and even in toughest times, it still provides you with the quite wonderful economic opportunities, wonderful job roles. So that is all because of their resilience that has been, or the character that has been shown by the UK universities.
Oh, okay, wow. So, Avinash, like since you are there, since you are currently studying there, how do you feel? How is the impact of government policies and funding over there? Because I know for a fact that universities provide financial aid, funding for your own startups, and also government is trying to, tie-ups with other sectors, private sectors as well to generate job opportunities. So, as a student who is currently there navigating through the times, how do you feel? Do you feel that yes, there is greater impact of government policies and funding?
So yeah, there are some government policies to support in the times of financial crisis and all. If you talk about uh, uh, the UK universities are quietly funded good enough by the UK government, and even in sometimes that we have seen. So the model of funding here is a bit different than we can see in India. So the universities are here supported by some private companies as well, public sector companies or private sector companies. So they also fund them. And if you talk about government policies, they keep on changing time to time. So it might not be the case that I might answer any of the specifics about government's policies, and by the time you are applying to the university or to the UK university, it might change. So, but yeah, it has been the case that the government keeps on changing its government policies around it. And when it comes to funding, there are enough funding opportunities available for the universities and for the students as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Avinash. I felt that this was the discussion which we needed. And now I think it's time where we should let our participants ask you questions and so that you can answer them directly. So I would encourage the participants, whosoever is here, that you can now keep on asking your questions. Rather, you can put your questions in chat or you can ask directly to Avinash, and Avinash will be here as well as the counselors to, answer all your doubts and your questions. Avinash, one question we have in our chat right now, it says, how much of a difference does the college brand make while landing a job after masters?
So this question is rather very much asked in India as well, and it has been the case to be asked in United Kingdom as well. See, it might be the case that you might get affected by your college of choice, that you want to study in very good college that has a reputation of its own, like UCL, like King's College London, or Oxford or Cambridge. So I'd say that it looks well enough that you have graduated from these university, these particular colleges. But if I talk about in general, UK is more of a skill-based economy. It is not the case that you would be getting hired on the basis of the college that you are representing in the selection criteria or selection pool. That is generally not been the case. That, as far as I know about this, UK is more of a skill-based economy. What they look about to the candidate, to the potential candidate in any of the job selection criteria is what skills you can deliver to them at the end. So it matters, but it doesn't matter this much enough that you might be giving it this amount of time, that you are just talking about it only, and you are just only talking about this particular criteria only. So that has not been the case. UK is a skill-based university, so it is rather important what skills you are bringing to the table.
Wow, thank you so much, Avinash. Um, so, um, so I want to let participants to, ask other questions as well. If any of you are interested in taking counseling, you have this opportunity to take free of course counseling from our counselors, as well as Avinash is here to answer all your questions. And also, I would like to tell participants who joined a bit of late that since you gathered your time and since you are here, so we want to offer you something while choose and while you begin your endeavor with us. So all the participants which are here, when and if they start their application with us, whenever their visa gets issued, we are happy to offer them 10,000 rupees discount on their air tickets, as well as there are very interesting gifts and merchandise we would like to offer, like duffel bag, neck pillow, passport cover, and bought headphones. So stay tuned and please let us know if any of you wants to take counseling right now. Avinash, can you please answer this? Like, what are the chances of PSW after masters as UK is changing policy? So you feel that PSW will be there for a very long time?
See, it has been like PSW changes came through, I guess, 1.5 years ago. If any of your counselors can answer this, but it is going to stay. Post-study work visa, there are no changes with respect to post-study work visa. So what I mean through this is that if you are getting your master's done from UK universities, you will be getting 2 years of post-study visa. What this simply means is after completing your master's, after successfully you have completed your masters, you will be getting 2 years of time to work here in the United Kingdom. And it is a bit different for PhD roles as well. Your counselors might be answering this much better, but PSW is going to stay. And the other changing policy, it is true, but they keep on changing from time to time. They keep on reviewing these policies as per their own convenience and all.
Okay. Ferry, will you be able to shed some light on these ever-changing policies? Like people are a bit skeptical. So we want to understand that PSW will be there for a very long time now. Uh, Ferry, am I audible? Okay. So Avinash, since you mentioned that policies are ever changing, but PSW will be there for a very long time. And I would like to thank you so much. And we are so grateful that you were here. Oh yeah, Fairy is here. Manav, can you please unmute Fairy? Yeah, Fairy. Now you can.
Yeah, I was there that time also, Ashneet. Okay, so yes, if I talk about the PSW, yes, Avinash said the right thing. After the Brexit, the PSW actually got extended from 6 months to 2 years. And right now, even with the elections and everything coming up, this thing is not going to get impacted, right? So you can be assured for the same that PSW is not going to get influenced for the same, even after there were rumors about the same happening, but it won't be happening in the sense.
Okay.
Also, we understand where this question is coming from because it has been the case that UK, that the government has changed some policies just a week back.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we understand this, but post-study work visa is going to stay here because students look out to work in those countries wherever they are going to study. So it's going to stay.
Yeah. I think there is one more question that's in the chat, Ashneet.
Yeah. So Avinash, one of our participant wants to ask, does reputed consultant firms come to universities to hire for the role of management consultant role? Because you are very close to this role. So like basically they want to know the placement assistance and placement structure of the universities out there.
Yeah, these sort of companies keep on coming throughout the year actually. They not only come for to hire students, they come for some to hire students for internships as well. They keep on arranging their job day sort of a thing on the university campus as well. So it has been the case for my university. I'm sure it would be the case for other universities too. They keep on advertising that they are coming to hire for this particular roles. Management consultancy is one of them. But yeah, the competition is tough at the university. So if you are good enough and if you navigate your way, your path well enough, you might land a good management consultancy role even while you are studying at the university.
Oh, I understand. Also, this also means that, like we already touched upon the aspect that universities in UK have their own career zones and everything. So I would just like to tell Jasmine also that you will be forever alumni of the universities, and you can always go back to their career zone, and whatever happening in the job sector, you can always look for opportunities, internships, because even after you graduate, you will still be part of their alumni system and their career zones and career zone. So also, Avinash, one of our participants, Himanshu, thank you so much, Himanshu, for bringing up this question. Himanshu wants to know, like, what are the hours, like how many hours you can work while you are studying in UK in part time?
So during your term time, like the time that your classes are going on, you are allowed to work for 20 hours per week. And this is a strict limitation that is put on you. It is mentioned on your BRP as well.
Mhm.
And if you take my suggestion, if you are coming to UK, do not underestimate this, because there has been some cases where students are penalized for working more than 20 hours. So getting back to the question, you can work for 20 hours per week during the term time. And when there's a break between the terms, which is called term end and all other terms in some different universities, you can work normally. Like if I talk about myself, my term got over yesterday only, 15th of December. So from now onwards, till that time my classes resume, which is on 10th of January, I can work for 40 hours a week. So I hope you understood me that you can work for 20 hours per week while your studies are going on, while your terms are going on. And between the break in the terms, you can work 40 hours per week.
And Abhinash, I also feel that this number, this 20 hours limitation, I also feel that this is because government wants you to concentrate on your studies,
Yeah.
government want you to focus on your studies, and I feel that 20 hours should be enough, because jobs in UK, give you reasonably fair amount of money per hour. So 20 hours would be enough.
Yeah, it is the case actually. The government wants you, if you are coming to the UK country to study, you should put your effort to study only. So this limit has been there because of some reasons, so that you study enough. You do not put your all your time or at the part-time roles only. So that is the reason why it's there. And yeah, also there has been cases where some students were trying to exceed this limit, so they get penalized too, because whatever you would be working there, you would be getting paid only through your national insurance number. So that is tracked for every single individual in the UK. So in my opinion, you should not do this, because 20 hours per week gives you enough money to pay your rent, to pay your daily affairs thing that you can. So it's
Okay.
good enough.
Thank you
And
so, thank you so much,
yeah,
Avinash. And I feel really grateful that you were able to put things in perspective. There are a lot of things which I personally came to know was for the first time, and there are participants who got to know about things. So I think it's time. If there are any other questions left, if participants, yeah, we have one more question, Avinash. Would MSc in management and IT qualify for PR? I feel Ferry would be best suited to answer this. Manav, can you please unmute Ferry? Yes, Ferry.
Manav, yeah. See, your PR is basically not impacted on the basis of the course that you are looking forward to. Yes, there are certain skill sets the list PR list where the certain courses are there. So management is yes one of the choices that is there, but more about for the like more than the courses, the sponsor is the one that impacts it, right? Because UK in the PR in the UK, which is known as ILR, is impacted with the sponsorship that you get from the UK. So if you have gotten a part time or a full time in the tenure of 2 years of post study work, right, you can easily convert it towards your graduate visa. Like right now, you will be on your graduate visa. You can shift it to skill worker visa, and then you can shift to PR. Okay, but it will not be just on the basis of the course, but also on the basis of your sponsorship.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ferry, for bringing out this point. And now I feel that there are a lot of questions which we have addressed, and this could help in creating opinion for the participants. Like when and how they want to, go further with this. So, is there any more questions which participants want to ask? If not, I want to tell you that now what you can do, if you have made up your mind and if you want further counseling, our counselors who are expert in dealing with students who are well versed with the knowledge and everything, you can always get in touch with us and get your free counseling, and then we can review your applications. We offer you the assistance in your SOP writing, your visa assistance. Like, we are offering you, the services from start to end. So now you can always get in touch with us. I would also extend my gratitude to Fairy to be here, Manav, Sneha, Meher, and obviously Avinash for being here and helping this webinar. And Avinash, for your, for the wealth of knowledge you brought to this webinar. Fairy, for the counseling. Manav, Manav who took care of technical aspect and everything, and for Meher and Sneha. So I would request everyone, if you can switch on your video and we can take a small screenshot for this webinar. Please, guys, I request if you can just switch on your videos. Manav, please take screenshot when everyone is up with their videos. I would request all the participants to switch on your video. Thank you so much, Himanshu, Soresh, Kush. Thank you so much, Divyanshu. Yeah, please, Manav. Are we good to go? Manav, please let us know once you take the screenshot.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sir, I've taken the screenshots.
Okay, thank you so much, Manav. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And as I mentioned, that please get in touch with us to start your endeavor of studying abroad. And there are a lot of prizes which we are offering. There are a lot of services. There are a lot of warmth, and we will be taking care of you till the very end. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And I really appreciate that you took time out for this webinar. Thank you so much. Sneha, can you please provide your number? Sneha is the person you get in touch with us. Meher, Fairy will be giving out the numbers and contact details to all the participants who registered for the webinar. So stay tuned and look out for the messages from our side. Thank you so much. Manav, we are good to go. Oh, students.